Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bree and today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this makeup look that I am wearing. It's a really beautiful kind of fall, warm, berry toned makeup look. I actually just posted this look on my Instagram on a client that I did for a styled bridal shoot. And quite a few of you really liked it and wanted to see how I achieved it. So I thought I would hurry and do that for you guys today. So it's this look right here. You guys can jump over to my Instagram to see it kind of more up close. And I also list the products there. So yeah, I'm going to recreate that for you guys today. It's really a pretty easy look. I used one palette to achieve it, minus the inner corner highlight because this just doesn't have a good inner corner highlight shade. But it's really not too complicated and it's such a beautiful fall time look. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this, then just keep on watching. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit thumbs up if you enjoy this kind of video. And let's go ahead and get started. So I have already applied most of my base. For foundation, I've been mixing my IT Cosmetics CC cream with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. That way I get a little bit more coverage, but I also get the sunscreen from the CC cream. So I've been mixing those, and then I did Tarte Shape Tape for concealer, set my face with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I obviously filled in my brows, and then I did do a little bit of bronzer as well. And all the products that I have used I will list in the description bar below, so make sure you check there if you want to know something specifically. So we're going to go ahead and do the eyes, and then I will finish the face with a little bit of blush and highlight. So for the eye look, what I used was the Ring the Alarm palette from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Vault collection. This is such a beautiful, just fall warm tone palette. It has so many stunning colors. You've got these beautiful oranges, you have kind of a more of a rusty orange, you have a brown, and then some of these purple shades, and then a red as well. So really beautiful palette. I have done a look very similar to this one. It's actually my full face of drugstore video. I did use the same lid shade that I'm going to be using today in that video. But I did do a couple of different steps with this look, so a lot of you wanted to see it, so I thought I would just jump on and hurry and film what I did for her eyes. So I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush. I'm going to go ahead and start with the M505 from Morphe. You guys, I know I use Morphe a lot. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not even a partner. They don't send me PR. I just love Morphe because it's super affordable. So that's why I talk about it a lot, is because their brushes, their palettes are super good quality and super affordable. So if you guys are sick of me talking about Morphe, I'm sorry. It's just what I use a lot on myself and on clients. Okay, so picking up the first orange shade here, and make sure you tap off the excess really well, and then we're just going to start working this into our crease. And I always bring this kind of down and around the outer corner as well. Now this look is probably going to turn out a little bit different on me because me and the model that I used on my Instagram for this look have totally different eye shapes. She's got the really nice, huge, lid space, and I do have more of a hooded eye. So it might turn out a little bit different, but you'll take exactly the same steps, if that makes sense. I'm really not changing my steps too much because of my eye shape. So I started with this color. So you can see it has quite a bit of pigment. As long as you're using little product, it won't go on too dark. And I am such a sucker for warm eyes. I just love warm tones. It's definitely my preferred color, are the warm browns and oranges and rusty colors. And you don't have to be super precise with that transition shade because we're going to be using quite a few darker shades. So I just want to get that right there in the crease, as so. And then we're going to go ahead and transition to a smaller, more dense brush. So now I'm picking up the Morphe M433, which is a goat hair brush and a little bit smaller. And we're going to go ahead and pick up this kind of rusty orange here called Mugshot, and just deepen that crease a little bit. So we're going to keep this color a little bit closer to the lash line, not bring it up as high. So I usually start my darker shades on the outer corner and then work them up into the crease. And these shades are so blendable. Like, they seriously blend like butter. The only shade that I've had issues with is actually the one that we're going to use on our lid, but it's still a great shade. It's just kind of an interesting formula. It's like foiled, but not as intense of a foil as I'm used to in some of the other shades in the palette, but it's still like a beautiful color. So now I'm picking up an even smaller brush. This is the Morphe M507. So this one is a lot smaller. It does have that really nice tapered shape, so it's gonna fit really nicely into that outer corner. So we're going to pick up the shade Framed, which is this really pretty kind of purpley berry color here. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but it's kind of a berry color. A little bit of purple in it. So picking up some of that, and I'm just going to start packing this right here on the outer kind of V of our eye. And like the more lid space that you have, the more you're going to be able to see each individual color. So I put on as much as I can, but unfortunately with hooded eyes, you know, we have a little less space to work with. But it still looks really good. Oh, also, I did go ahead and put the first 2 orange shades we used underneath my eye. I didn't realize I wasn't filming when I did that, but I just took the first shade first and then that second rusty shade and just put those under the eyes. And then again, back with our blending brush just to soften that up. So for the lid shade, we use the color Lolly, which is this really pretty kind of foiled shade here. It's got a little bit of pink, a little bit of gold. Yeah, it's just really unique. It's got like different hues of gold with like a pinky undertone. So what I like to do is use this with my finger first, and I just kind of pack it right on the lid. And then with this shade, so that we really have like the true intensity, I'm going to pick up a little bit on just a flat brush and then spritz it with some setting spray. And that's hopefully going to pick up a little bit more of that foiled effect. Yeah. And it also kind of locks the shade down so that it stays brighter longer and doesn't move around. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that berry shade and just kind of soften that and buff it in. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of the purple on the lower lash line. And I'm going to use just like a small kind of angled brush, just one I have sitting here. Or you could use a pencil brush as well and just kind of put that right up against the lash line. And I only like to bring this shade about halfway because I don't want to close the eye off too much. This kind of allows for a really pretty like open almond shape. And of course, always make sure that your outer corner connects so that you don't have like a weird end right here. You want to make sure the shadow comes up and around and connects. So we did do some liner. I just did kind of a simple, we didn't do a wing, I just took black liner and kind of ran it across her eye. So I'm just going to use my Maybelline Master Precise. It's like a felt tip, and just run that across the eye really quick. Okay, so I finished off the eyes. I have mascara, liner, and then I did do a little bit of nude liner in the waterline. I used the Essence Extreme Lasting Nude Liner. And then we're going to finish off the face. She was wearing lashes because she was doing, you know, a bridal photo shoot, but I'm not going to wear lashes today. This is just my natural look. For blush, I actually mixed 2 blushes, I think. I used Luminoso from Milani, and then I used a little bit of Dandelion from Benefit Cosmetics. So I'm going to kind of mix these 2 for the perfect kind of peachy pink shade. And the one thing that this palette doesn't have is like an inner corner and brow bone highlight. There's really nothing that's light enough. So I'm just going to use what I'm going to use on my face today, which I'm going to use the Wet n Wild MegaGlow highlighting powder in the color, I think this one's Precious Petals. Yeah, Precious Petals. So I'm going to go ahead and run that on my cheekbone, and then I'm also going to put it in the inner corner and my brow bone. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to use a different shade for my inner corner. I'm actually going to pick up my Elcie Jewel in the shade Pearl because the Precious Petals isn't quite bright enough for that inner corner. I love a bright inner corner, so this one is very bright. Yes, much better. Much better. Before I do the lips, I'm going to set my face using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So for the lip color, we started by lining with NYX Natural. And then we used the Morphe lipstick. This is the cream lipstick in the color Forevs. And it's just a really pretty kind of nudish brown color. Okay guys, that is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful for those of you that were wanting to see how I achieved this. If you haven't seen the original look, I do always have my Instagram and Facebook below, so you guys will have to go check that out. So thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to check the description bar below for any products that I used, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.